It's pretty wild how much these right-wingers worship Putin. You got this chick who was the Delaware GOP candidate in 2020, uh, basically worshiping Putin and uh, pretty much wishing he was our president.
We covered on the last episode of Crosstalk, Lauren, Vladimir Putin, who's the president of Russia,
Oh,
his
yeah.
speech.
If
And
everybody saw that, I'm sure you saw it on Right Wing Watch. There was a huge hit on us for that. All we did was air the Putin speech and, I share those values with him. And I'm not going to apologize with that. He was reading scripture. My God.
Well, she shares the same values as Putin, which I assume would be the oppression of like free speech, non-Christians, people that are gay and trans, and the idea that you can just invade any nation and start murdering people uh, because you just think that land belongs to you.
God is the same God that Putin has. You know what I'm saying? And people that oppose him are opposing the same God. You know what I'm saying? Like serving Satan.
Okay, so what about the people on the left that worship the same God as her, but she hates and wants to see dead? Like trans people who worship Christianity and the Christian God. She doesn't, side with those people because they believe in the same God, but she sides with a mass murdering genocidal maniac because he believes in the same God as her. I guess they're both are wanting to, commit genocide.
Satan. He calls us the great Satan, essentially, because we're mutilating our children, we're force vaccinating our people, locking them in their homes, smearing the lines of gender, and allowing drag queens to read to our kids.
Okay, mutilating kids, gender affirming care isn't mutilation. What would more be mutilation would be that circumcision, where, they cut off the tip of a person's dink. And nobody, bats an eye about that because people have been religiously indoctrinated into believing that circumcision is better. I know, and some people are fine with it. 20% of men regret it, but hey, you know, it's Christian, so it's good. Blurring the lines. Gender have always the lines of gender have always been blurred, even since the beginning of like Greek society and stuff. They even have a god of intersex people called Hermaphrodites, who is a god of intersex people. Back in that time, it was the term hermaphrodite. It's now intersex, but they knew about intersex people and stuff like that, even in Greek society. So the idea of intersex people is common in human history. Uh, People need to be vaccinated if there's a pandemic. So this chick is just crazy.
They're allowing chemical castrations of children. Yes, we are the ones who deserve judgment. And it is the same God that Putin is talking about, the same God that I serve. And I'm not really sorry for that. I'm not sorry I said it because I love Jesus and I love his values and I hate evil. And
Okay, if you love Jesus and you love his values, then Jesus says, do not judge those, lest ye be judged. And to help poor people when they need help, as well as help your fellow man when you see them. Because if you don't help Jesus, if you don't help the stranger, you're not helping Jesus. But she doesn't want to help trans people, which means she doesn't want to help Jesus, so she's a liar.
they launched a full scale attack on me again last week. Didn't, as long as I just turn it off, it doesn't bother me. However, I saw your comments, people. I saw the messages. I saw everything. But I'm not sorry. I'm not going to apologize. And we did cover that, and it was a great speech that Putin gave. He read the scripture. He called out our sin in the West, and said basically he doesn't want it to come there. And I don't.
Okay, here's a vid of, or a clip by Right Wing Watch of her wishing that Putin would liberate the United States.
We're gonna be like, my goodness, what are you like, bunch of pro-Putler, bunch of Putlers? Because they like to quantify it. I'll tell you this.
Let
We
me
are just drifting
put this.
farther and farther.
Okay, I thought this was started from the beginning, so let's start it from the beginning.
We are just drifting farther and farther away from God, and God help us. That, like, what can you say? Pray for these people, because we are absolutely going astray as a nation. And you think Putin will liberate us? I don't even know what to say. I'm like shocked.
Listen, that is perfectly fair for us to say. People are going to be like, my goodness, what are you like, bunch of pro-Putler, bunch of Putlers? Because they like to quantify it. And I'll tell you this.
I wish we had a
We
leader.
are Christians that we hear a world leader talk about the Holy Scriptures, not in a manner that's denigrating, not that it's like a characteristic of an extremist or a terrorist. That's our government's position right now.
Yeah, they wish Putin would liberate the United States. And it's not like atypical for Republicans to worship Putin and wish he was our president and stuff. Ever since the invasion of Ukraine by Russia and since Trump got into office, people on the right have been worshiping Putin more and more. And you think these people would move to Russia or help Putin fight in his war, but they don't want to. All they want to do is worship Putin and think that he's some kind of cool guy when he's a tyrannical dictator. And to me, these Republicans are traitors.